Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Certifeye Tropical Wonders palette. Today I'm going to be showing you two different looks on this palette. This first gorgeous one that we have here, all the rainbow colors, and then another one as well. And yeah, stay tuned to the end of the video to hear my thoughts on this palette. Let's get right on into the looks. Alright you guys, I already primed my lids with the Louise Base per usual. First I'm going to be going in with the yellow shade in the palette called Sunray. And I'm going to be laying that yellow shade down on the inner portion of my eye. Wow, this yellow is so good. Next I'm going to be going in with the shade Toucan, which is this orange shade right here. I'm going to be placing that right next to the yellow that we just laid down. Now that we have that orange shade laid down, I'm just going back in with Sunray, which is the yellow shade, and I'm just going to be packing that back on just to make sure that I get as much color payoff as I can. Because we want this bitch to be bright. And doing the same thing with that orange shade, I'm just going back in and packing on the color. I'm not going to worry about blending these shadows all the way down to my lid because I'm going to end up cutting the crease anyway, so it'll just cover it up. Right next to that orange shade, I'm going to be laying down this red shade called Red Sea. It's kind of like a, I would say a traditional red color. Now since I'm getting closer to the outer part of the eye, I'm going to go ahead and lay down some tape just so we can get a nice clean cut edge. And I just use regular Scotch tape for this. You can use paper tape, masking tape, plumber's tape, whatever fucking kind of tape you want to use. I just use this because this is what I have on hand. Next I'm going to be dipping into the shade Hibiscus, which is this pink shade right here. I'm going to be placing that right next to the red shade that we just laid down. And again, I'm just going in with that previous shade just to make sure that that color doesn't get lost in the blending process. Now I'm going back in with the orange as well to do the same thing. I just realized that I haven't been telling you guys what brushes I've been using. So for the first three colors, the yellow, the orange, and the red, I used a Makeup Shack T33 brush. It's just like, oh shit. It's just like a tapered blending brush. And for the pink shade, I used a Morphe M514 brush. This is just like a smaller tapered blending brush just to get into that crease. Next, I'm going in with the shade Starling, which is this purple shade. Come on, focus, hello. Hello, hi, where are you? I'm going to be taking that shade on the JH40 brush from Morphe. I'm going to be taking that shade and blending it right next to the pink. Now that we have that purple shade Starling laid down, I'm just going to be going in with Honey Creeper, which is this like purpley magenta shade, and this shade right here, which is called Firefish. I'm going to be mixing those together and trying to blend in the pink and the purple together. Now I'm just going in with that pink shade Hibiscus just to go right over top of that line, just to try and blend it out. Alright, there we go. That's just nice and blended. Alright you guys, now that we have those colors all laid down, I'm just going to go back in and cut the crease with the Louise Base. Alright, now that my crease is cut, I'm just going in with my ring finger and patting that base out on the edge just to give it more of a seamless blend when we put shadows on top. Next I'm going to be taking this green shade right here called Swamp. on a Morphe M421 brush. This is just like a flat shader brush. I'm going to be picking a little bit of that green shade up and packing it down on the inner part of the crease. And next I'm going to be going in with Fruit Dove. This is just like a mint green color right here. And I'm going to be laying that down right next to the dark green that we just laid down, just to help blend out the edge a little bit and create a seamless transition into the next color. Now I'm just going back in with that dark green, just to pack on that color and brighten it up a little bit. Next I'm going to be placing this light blue shade called Coast right next door to Fruit Dove. Now I'm just going in with the JH42 brush just to blend those colors together. Next I'm going in with this darker blue shade right here called Atlantic, and using the same M421 brush I'm going to be placing that right next down to Coast. Right next down? Right next door to Coast. Now I'm just going in with that light blue shade called Coast and just laying it over the edge of the dark blue just to help those two colors blend together. And to complete the top part of the eye, I'm just going in with the purple shade again called Starling on a Jaclyn Hill 37 brush. I'm going to be blending together the blue, the pink, and the purple right in the outer V of the eye. Alright you guys, I'm going to go ahead and put on some lashes and do the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back. Feature editing Austin here. I actually didn't film a clip of me coming back to show off the full look with lashes and the makeup complete. However, at the end of the video where I give my thoughts on this palette, you will see the final completed look with lashes and makeup complete. So yeah, let's just keep this video on rolling. For the second look, I wanted to do a voiceover just to keep this video moving along. I didn't want it to be too long. Starting off, I am just carving out the brow with the Louise Base and also pulling that down onto the eyelid to prime for shadows to come. And the brush I'm using is a Morphe JH41 brush. Up next, I'm just going in with the purple shade called Starling, and I'm placing that down kind of a round circular shape on the eyelid. Just be careful when doing this to use small amounts of product and build up the product instead of trying to go in with a ton of product on the brush at once, because that'll just create a mess. Next, I'm just dipping into the shade Honey Creeper and a little bit of Firefish on a JH31 brush, and I'm going to be blending out that purple shade just to limit any harsh edges. Now I'm just going in with Hibiscus just to go over all of those edges and really blend them out. And of course we're going to be cutting the crease, so I'm going to be using again the Louise Base on a Morphe 433 brush to do this. And I'm going to be tapping that out with my ring finger just because it applies the least amount of pressure when dealing with the eyes. Now it's time to pack on those colors, so I'm just going in with Sunray, which is that yellow shade, on a Morphe M421 brush to lay down that color. And with the same brush, I'm going in with Toucan, which is the orange shade, and I'm packing that on right next to the yellow shade. And as you can see right here, I switched to a different brush. This is the JH40 brush, just to help blend those two colors together. And now I'm just repeating the same two processes. I'm just laying down the red shade and then going back in to blend it back out. Now I'm just laying down a little bit of hibiscus and going back in to blend it out with the JH33, which is the first brush that we use with the purple. And this is the top part of the eye all complete. Now let's move on into the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, we're going to start off by doing the same steps that we did on the top part of the lid. So we're going to be laying down the first shade called Starling, and then we're going to be going back in with Firefish and Honey Creeper to blend that out. And then I'm just going in with a little bit of hibiscus just to really blow out those edges and get a nice seamless blend. Next, I'm just going in with a little bit of NYX Worth the Hype mascara. Currently this is my favorite drugstore mascara ever since it's released. And to finish off the look, I just threw on some House of Lashes Iconics. These are my favorite lashes because they almost mimic my own lashes of how they flare out at the ends because mine are so long. And I used these lashes for both looks today. Alright you guys, that is both looks all complete. Other than the funky lashes, I feel like both of these looks turned out really well. Alright, now let's get into some details on this palette. Honestly, this palette is a beautiful color range, 18 matte shades, and it retails for $39. So that comes out to about $2.16 per shadow. Honestly, you guys, all of these shadows are freaking amazing. The only one that I had a little bit of blending problems out of was this purple shade right here called Starling. But after mixing in a couple other colors, it blended out fine. It just needed a little bit of finagling. This yellow shade right here is probably the best yellow that I've ever seen or used in any palette. It's freaking amazing. I would buy this palette just off that yellow shade. Like, it's fucking awesome. All of these shadows are freaking amazing. I highly, highly, highly recommend this palette. If you guys are out looking for, you know, some more colorful shadows or, you know, trying to experience with some color, I would definitely pick this bad boy up. These are definitely my newfound favorite shadows. So yeah, Certifeye, you freaking did it with this palette. You guys are awesome. Alright you guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Also, let me know down below what kinds of videos you would like me to put out, what you would like to see. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week with another new video.